Hello, hello, welcome back, guys. Our writing session today was awesome. For anyone that hasn't checked it out yet, we did our monthly planning yesterday, so check out that video and get your August all planned and organized. Made some changes to it. It's on the spur of the moment, actually, as we were doing it, just because I realized something that would have been more powerful. So check that out and see if you like it. It's a slight tweak, but I think it's an important one. So who's ready to get their weekly planning done? If you haven't already grabbed your template, you don't need it, but it makes it a little easier. You can grab that from the description of the video. Just a standard PDF that you can print out. I've been finally getting it onto and getting used to using it on my iPad and filling it out that way, which is kind of nice. Mary is back. Hello again, hon. Okay, we'll give everyone just a minute to find us. So I guess we'll start off with our an important question. Without looking at anything, or how do you think last week went? What worked? What didn't? I very much leaned into journaling again, which I'm finding to be amazing for just unlocking so many ideas, both creative and from life stuff, and just kind of working through things on the page. Elizabeth is here. Hello, hun. Kat, hi. I'm just finishing up a bit of writing in Inspire, and then after planning, I'll move to a different story. Nice. Lindsay, hello. Glad to be here this evening. Well, welcome, hun. Rita, hello. Alright, guys, we are going to dive on in. This system takes a little over an hour to do, but it does actually make sure you don't miss anything, and it allows you to plan out your projects, your creative tasks, in a way that it actually gets it down on paper, allows you to break it down, has something you can refer to for the rest of the week to make sure that you're staying on target and getting the things done that really matter to you. All right, guys. So the template I was referring to, I'll show in a second, but welcome to Let's Plan the Right Way. I use the power of story to help us to mine our lives for what it is that matters to us, and to see what it is that we want to do and how we want to get there. Okay, let's see. Elizabeth, sorry. My gold star moments are finishing the rest of my summer college chemistry class. Well done. Writing 1,176 after not writing words after not writing for about 2 months. Sweet. I'm finding motivation to clean my badly messy bedroom since my executive functioning is starting to improve after a while of bad executive dysfunction. Well, that's fantastic. All the way around. Yes. That is beautiful, hon. Okay, guys. The template you're going to need here, or you can choose to use, is in the description. It's a 2-page. The first page is basically ordinary life. It's all those regular commitments that we make and the things that we have to do. Page 2 is all about the things that we really would like to be doing, the things that really matter to us, the things that we tend to not leave enough time for, but really matter to us and really would move us forward in our lives to the things that would bring us joy. Lindsay, I had a gold star long weekend writing an opera with my partner. That is amazing. Very cool. An opera. Ooh. You just gave me goosebumps. Jean. I so appreciate these planning sessions to keep me on track and accountable. Yes, yes. When we come together and we do this as a little community, as a circle of planners and writers and creatives, we just get so much more done. And we have the accountability of telling each other how we did week to week and owning up to mistakes that we made. To tangents that we went off on. I'm just basically getting into having that whole realization that when we share with others, we also are more likely to get done the things that matter to us. Cat Gold Star, almost 20,000 words. Woo! Awesome, hon. Love it. This week, oh, beautiful. That is amazing, hon. Okay, guys, let's get started. So we're going to start with stage one, which is the backstory. A set of events that have occurred before the main story. The main story is basically the week ahead, the 7 days from now that we're going to be shaping. And we want to give definition to what that's going to look like. We want to take back a little bit of control. We know we will never have full control. That's not ever going to happen. But if we can take back some control and actually guide our week, we'll get so much more done. So gold star moments are all those fantastic successes you had this week. Your distractions and best fixes. Distractions happen, but we want to note down the fixes, those that actually worked, so that we have that for reference next time. And then the thing you've been avoiding. What is it? Why are you avoiding it? What is one action baby step that you can take to dive on in and make that go away Monday morning? My biggest distraction has been stress. Well, school, work, it's going to add up and it's going to be stress. But hopefully with the planning, you can manage. Merry moments, getting back into writing and reading, catching up on dishes and laundry. Nice. Okay, so let's go into, so the first thing we're going to look at is celebrating our successes and gold star moments, analyzing our challenges, biggest distractions, and best fixes, and then reluctance. What are you avoiding? Why? Does it still matter? If it does, break it down, define your first baby action step, and make it priority number one for Monday morning. Even better, if you can cross it off this week and it doesn't have to go there, that would be more awesome. But we'll make it Monday morning. Okay, guys, let's do our 2 minutes, and we're going to do that first left-hand column there and fill out the 3 things that are a reflection of what has been. Yeah, the stress was nibble, and the stress has caused headaches, which are distracting, but I haven't quit. That's perfect. Okay, guys, let's dive on into our backstories and go. Oh, no. Come on. Okay. What did you come up with? My gold star for this week is I discovered the real ending for Project Ballad. It unlocks so much. It ends up making it into a series, which I'm not upset about. It actually is fantastic. It is the one thing that has been missing from the story, is that it needed it's supposed to be a romantasy. And it was really, the fantasy element was weak. It needed to have something significant, and I found the significant part. So I am so excited. It opens it up to being, I'm thinking 4 books, maybe 3. I have to see because the 2-3 is kind of, I'm a little uncertain about, but I'm going to journal my way through it and figure out what I need to do with that. So I am so excited for that. My other Project Secret, I've been journaling a little bit about it, but I'm ready to dive in to getting that rough outline done. So that'll be something else that I want to, that's when I've been kind of dancing around. I've been researching and reading, and but I'm ready to take a more active step forward and step out of the research and the brainstorming and get into that next step. Rita Gold, 3 different online live events this week for me. Nice. Decided on signing up for Publish and Thrive. I've revised 4 days this week. Well, that's awesome, hon. Sweet. Elizabeth, I just saw my third and final exam grade. I got 100 out of 110. Woo! Yes, well done, hon. Rita, way to go. Yes. Mary, avoiding reading more. YouTube went out more. First action step, just put a weekly tracker sticker in my planner. Also going to set a reminder on my phone. Oh, I love that. It's such a small thing, but such a big thing, having that little mini weekly tracker. Nice. Okay, guys. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty and the majority of this first page, which is stage 2, distractions. Things that prevent someone from giving full attention to something else. I broke it all down because I just found it easier than trying to think about all the bits. This way I can just run around the page wherever and put it in where it fits. So we are going to start with our first step, which is major conflicts. This one I won't even put a timer on. If you have something that's going to be a disruption in your life, in your regular routine of, we'll say 3 or more days, and you're going to have to do a reset when you come back because you're just going to be sort of out of sync with your normal rhythms and routines, then you want to note it down and you want to figure out what it's going to affect this break. Are there things that would normally be going on, like admin tasks? Do you have something scheduled, like a publication date or something that's going to be super close to this? Anything that's going to make it either more stressful or sometimes even maybe impossible to do. Can you maybe, if it's admin stuff, can you maybe preset it so it will automatically just send it out and do it that way? If it's something like a publication date, are you going to be able to get enough done before the break, or should you maybe shift that date to give yourself the time that you need? Think about what it is, how that's going to affect, and what can you do to avoid that conflict? Is there something you can do to get ahead of it so that it's already done, and when you come back, it's okay because then you only have the small, easy tasks to do? Think about what you can do. And if there's anything this week that you can do to get ahead of that conflict and how you're going to tackle that. So we won't even put a timer on because it doesn't apply to everyone. But if there's something in your life, think about what that might be. Just name it now, and then you can strategize through it, right? Okay, our normal one is our important dates for the next 2 weeks because we always want to know what's coming at us. So it's holidays and events, birthdays, appointments, and commitments. You're going to note travel time, action steps, prep, confirmation if needed, and paperwork. Sometimes that confirmation needs to be in a few days before. And the paperwork, it's easy if it's physical to forget it, or if it's in an email. So make a note so you actually make sure you get it done before the appointment. So you're prepped and ready to go. Okay, guys, for this, I like to use Google Calendar. It gives me the most and cleanest way to just have everything in one place. I have honestly given up with the concept of using my monthly paper planner, the monthly pages in my planner for anything. I would much rather have it on my phone where I can refer to it. I can share it with my husband. I can share it with my daughter, whatever I need to do. Okay, guys, so let's get that 2-minute timer up, and we are going to take a look at the next 2 weeks. You'll notice there's a section here for what the important date is. There's a date, a start time, and end time, and any reminders, just to kind of help you break it down. And begin. What did you guys come up with? I just realized, I think yesterday when we did we were talking about Double Down Day and Publish and Thrive, I think we said it was starting on the 2nd, but that is this Friday, so it's actually the 3rd. I'm not 100% sure which one we ended up with. So if you put down the 2nd, it's I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd. I don't think she's gonna start Publish and Thrive on the 2nd. I do believe it starts on Saturday. So if anyone can confirm. Let's see. Where Elizabeth, this means I definitely passed this class. Exams 1 and 2 grades aren't great, so now I know I passed this class. Whew, that's excellent. That is excellent. Let's see, Joanne, how's it going, hon? We are planning. Dive on in, enjoy, hon. Elizabeth, I have an appointment I need to cancel. I also have procrastinated on getting my car tires checked out, given the tire light has been on for a while. I'm going to go to the tire place tomorrow morning. Beautiful. Love that. I realize that I need to ask my daughter. I think I know what the last day of her classes are, but I feel like either we're in the last 2 weeks or we're in the last week, and of course that will make a bit of a difference. So I'm going to ask her if I can. What's going on? Saturday will be crazy for me. Double Down Day, Publish and Thrive, and hubby got a phone call yesterday. He has a medical appointment in the city the same day, Sunday, another community barbecue. Sweet. Crazy, but sweet. I think you'll have some fun in there. I hope the medical appointment is a standard one. Let's see, Elizabeth, one of the most stressful periods of my life is over. I am happy. I hear you. Hey, Glenn. My next 2 weeks are insane. We leave for Korea in 2 weeks, and my daughter moves into college dorm 3 days after we get back. Oh, well, that is exciting, though. Congrats on college, and going to Korea sounds like that would be amazing. So I hope you enjoy your holiday. I call that good stress. If we kind of have stress, I'll take that kind. Okay, guys. Let's see here. Let's move into our next one, which is life tasks. These are your chores, your errands. I give you a sleep equation so that you can figure out, work it backward as to what kind of sleep are you looking to get here? Many of us, our sleep is kind of very reactive, and we don't always take the best care of ourselves. The average person probably survives on 6, 7 hours of sleep a night, and that's not really healthy. And then we wonder why we get burnt out. I do recommend trying to get 8 if you can, but I know life does not always agree with that. So the way the equation works is you have to figure out what time you want to be up at. So you need to figure out how much time you basically want to, hours of sleep that you want to have. So you're going to have that 8 hours of sleep. Then you want to get up at 9, but you also want to do a half-hour reading. So you can't say you're going to go to bed at 1 because then you don't get to read it all. So technically you probably want to be in bed at 12 or 12:30 so that you can actually have that half-hour reading time before you fall asleep. It's actually a very relaxing way to fall asleep. I love it. Every once in a while I get a book that kind of interferes with that, but generally speaking, it's good. There's an area for your groceries, meal planning, and cooking overview, your morning, evening routines, if there's any details you want to add there, any changes, minor tweaks, any banking or bill due dates that you want to get written down. The other is like things like insurance. It wouldn't be doing all the time, but they might apply to this week. What does your family time look like? Are you trying to schedule a little time for that? And the day job. What is it that you are... Is there any specific detail, any change in your routine for your regular scheduling? And I do highly recommend batch together related tasks. Let's see, Mary, payday tomorrow. We'll be paying rent and phone bills. Tuesday, I'll be going out to lunch with my bestie. Love that. Should also be getting my new router that day. Recently upgraded my internet service. Well, that's sweet. Gwen, good insane. My oldest is teaching English in Korea. Loves it. Very nice. I just started going to bed at 9 and reading for a half hour. It helps a lot to be off my phone the last hour, hour and a half before I go to bed. Yes, true. Okay, guys, so let's get that 2-minute timer up and just fill in any details that you feel apply to you and go. Okay. Had a few extra little details I had to get down there. I'm going to put maybe actually, don't think I need to do it this week, but I definitely want it on my radar. So house and car insurance are due. Let's see, not till mid-ish August, but I like to know that it's coming and be on top of that. Rita, changes for my day job. The mom is getting a promotion, so I will be in the kids 5 days a week instead of the 4, but at least for the rest of the summer, I only have them for 2 weeks. Sweet. Kat scheduled in some proofreading work in. Nice. Love that. All right, guys. Now we're going to look at our ticking clock, a time limit or deadline that adds constraint obstacles and ensures the protagonist must act. Knowledge of time. What isn't on the list? You may have noticed that there is no place on the list for self-care or health exercise. That's because I believe that time for both should be protected. Thus, it belongs on page 2. You can have it as your big goal, your medium goal, or one of your small goals, but I recommend that there's already it's already built into page 2 for the self-care, but your health goal, I highly recommend that if you can figure out create a goal around that and figure out how much time you want to give to it and where it fits best for your tiers of goals. All right, guys, where's my... Where did she go? Actually, I'll do that one after. Okay, so you have 168 hours this week. Most of them are already spoken for. It's a bit depressing to actually think about it, but it's true. This is 7 hours a night, guys. 49 hours of sleep. And that's not even really being healthy. That's a little above survival mode. 45 for the day job. That's a full-time job with a half-hour commute there and back. 21 hours for meal and cooking. Of course, if you find you don't end up doing a lot of the prepping and the cooking, then of course that's going to be a lower time. If you find you do all of the cooking, maybe you need that number to be a little higher. 14 for family time, 2 for errands, 3 for chores, and 3.5 hours each for morning and evening routine. That's only a half hour. If you need more, of course you adjust. In this example, that leaves 27 hours for your goals. And what does that time look like? What happened here? Oops, I think I pulled down a screen. Okay, there she is. Oops, no. I lost a panel. What happened to my panel? Okay, well, I will find it after. For now, we will just take a moment and we will fill out our form. And I think I put something in there, but I think I pulled it too far down, so that's okay. All right, so let's take a moment and fill out our own little 168 hours. Be honest with yourself. This is not going to be perfect, but best guess is what we're looking for here. It's sometimes better to overestimate than to underestimate, because you can always, in the protected time, use that little extra if it appears. But if you're always under, it doesn't feel very good and you're not going to be as productive. And you'll probably find yourself more stressed. So let's take a quick 2 minutes and we'll fill out all those numbers. And as I said, best guess, guys, and go. Okay, what did you end up with? I got about 53 hours for protected time. I feel like one of them I want to potentially bump up, so I may lose a couple on there. I don't have any appointments currently, but I'm debating on adding one. But it shouldn't change it too much because I'll add it a day that I'm already out anyway. So it might mean one more hour, and I can work with that. So what did you guys end up with for time? I gave a little more time to walking the puppers because the weather is nice, so it's more pleasant. And one thing about my beautiful little Frodo Baggins is he does not like rain. This dog likes it to be warm. He likes it to be dry. He hates walking in the rain. So when it's nice weather, I tend to try to give him longer walks because I know he's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to be honest. I don't like walking in the rain either. Nobody does. Okay, guys. We're going to dive on in to our next panel, which is Story Beats, with just simply another way of looking at our time. And this is the frame over which you drape your plot. This is kind of that bigger picture view of your week. So you're gonna kind of think in terms of full days when you have all the time to yourself, and you are the master of the clock, and you can decide everything, every minute of that day. Half days are when you have to go to work, and the remainder of the day is yours to be the master of. Pinch days are those ones where it feels like the universe decided to point to the calendar and decide that that was the only day that you could get everything done. And then they threw a few more things at you to the point that you're nearly ready to curl up in a ball and cry. I try to avoid these days, but they do happen because sometimes we end up with things that come from outside sources where you don't have a lot of say in that schedule. So when that happens, I highly recommend that your protected time stuff becomes touch base type activities and a little more low energy, so you're not adding additional stress. That way you can just like, for example, I highly recommend working on your writing every day just so you stay in touch with your characters and the plot. It's just easier to write and to not have to edit so much then, right? If you're really solidly in connection with it. So that would be a day where you might do a 15-minute journaling session instead of your 2-hour writing block, right? Life task days are exactly that. That's when you're running around, you're doing chores, you're running errands, getting the shopping done, you're hitting Costco, you're out of the house, and that tends to always take a little longer than you hope it will. Every time you run to the store, it's a good, even when you just run in, you say it's going to be 5 minutes, it's 10 minutes, guys. So these kind of days, I find that I try to just, if I'm going to be out of the house, I try to schedule everything that I need to do out of the house on that day, so I do not have to disrupt and interrupt my life as much. And then the other is days off, which are wonderful, and that's for all the fun and doing all the things you want to do outside of your protected time, outside of the distractions of life, and this is you time, right? Let's see. Rita, what a busy week. I have 21 hours, but that also included the 4 hours for the barbecue. Monday, it may still be a full day for me. I'll know this evening. Sweet. Gwen, I've carved out an hour every morning for exercise. Writing is at night during the sprint times. Nice. Mary, Carly decided to try to be sneaky and knock the treats off the shelf. She thought I would give her some if she did that. Cat, yes. Cats do this, guys. Dogs tend to just look at you like, please. Okay, guys, 2 minutes, and let's just give some shape to the week and go. Oops, I hit my clicker. There you go. see. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I am left with a conundrum. There's something that I would like to do on Saturday, but I wonder if I can do a little switch it around there. I'd rather not do it on the Saturday. It's both days of the weekend. Maybe I can do a little switcheroo on something else and make that a Sunday thing. That would be fun. So how many full days did you guys get? How many half days? Do you have a life day in there? Did you get a day off? I ended up with 3 halves, 3 fulls, and a life day. But I'm thinking when those halves may turn into an off day if I can make the other part happen. Okay, guys. This part here is page 2, and we're going to start looking into our protected time. Time kept safe or defended against interruptions so you can achieve what matters to you. This looks a little bit complicated, this part, but it really is just, there's space there if you want to start defining and putting notes down, maybe of what you're trying to achieve, what are the non-negotiables versus the things that maybe should happen. If you're doing the monthly planning, it could be your I must statements. Whatever works for you, there's a little bit of room in there to kind of get some detail down there if you like it. Okay. So for this one, first we're going to start off by the health goal again. I look at health in 3 parts. I look at the part that everybody usually considers health, which is your movement and your exercise and your diet choices, so the physical. But there's more to it than that. There's your mental health, which is, do you have any kind of things you're doing that are for like meditation? Are you doing planning so you can actually, so it doesn't feel like things are always coming at you? You're not forgetting things. You're not, you're taking care to quiet the self-doubt demons in your head, right? So in the planning, we have our daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. You have your business and goal setting, you have budgeting, and then you have that self-care scheduled. That is an important aspect. If you don't schedule your self-care, often the time will just get eaten up by other things that may not actually be serving you as well and taking care of you. So self-care is very much a part of your health, right? So self-discovery, those journaling and morning pages and process evaluation, taking into account what's working for you and what isn't, what you need to change, what you need to keep, right? And then personal goals, I like to do those on a 6-week rotation because I find that that's easier for checking in and making sure that things are actually working. I'm doing the 90-90 one challenge right now. 90 days, 90 minutes. First thing in the morning. I do and I don't do that because it's a health goal, and it's kind of, it gets more spread across the day of all the things. So I try to start with it and do something at least 10 minutes that gets the ball rolling for the day. So that's for that one. That one's 90, but I do check in every 6 weeks just to see how it's going. Okay, guys. So when I say health, this is why I think it's under protected time, because all of this takes a bit of time, right? And it's not something you're going to be able to just slide in when it's convenient. It's going to take a little thought. But overall, it will help you to prevent burnout. It will protect you in the long term. It will keep you happier and healthier, and it will reduce stress. So please consider. All right, guys. So protected time. The first rule is you don't give 100%. We never give 100%. We work with 95%. So you have 6 goals. You have your big goal, which is 40%. You have 2 medium goals, which are 20% each, and 3 goals that are 5% each. That gives you your 95. That other 5% is your self-care. That's built right into the system. That is your 5% plus whatever the remainder is if you're rounding down on any of these. Let's see. Kat, you're doing that again. Yeah, the first time I used it for writing, which was awesome, but I didn't want to do it for writing again, but I did love the power of it. So this time I decided to use it for my health goal instead, and it has been amazing. So I highly recommend. I don't think it would have been as successful if I tried to do it for writing again. I could have done it for a different writing project, mind you, but I think it's smart that I did it as with a nice little shift. Okay, guys. So what that looks like in terms of math, this is our 27-hour example. The 40% becomes 11 hours, which is rounded up. The 20% each is 5 hours. Everything else is rounded down. And then the 5% become 1 hour each. That's 24 hours of focused time. And then the difference, that other 3 hours, becomes your self-care. Okay, guys, so let's take pardon me. Let's get our timer going and let's work out some math. So we're going to take that calculation we got for our protected time, and we're going to just multiply it and round up, round down, whatever it needs. I love it, Kat. Okay, guys, here we go. And calculator, I just use calculator on my phone. It works pretty well. And okay, so for example, I had the 53 minutes times 40%. That puts me at 21.2. I'm going to round down. That gives me 21 hours. I always use the big goal as my health goal because it just literally needs that kind of time, because I'm trying to take it seriously and just put myself in a healthier place. Okay, guys, so let's get our 2-minute timer up and begin. Okay, what did you end up with? I switched this week. Normally, my editing goal is my third one, my second medium goal. But this week, I want to give, only a few hours difference, but I want to give more time to Project Secret. So I'm giving that the priority this week and going to move editing down because that's in a slightly quieter place right now. If you guys are interested, I am looking for clients for development editing and for coaching. I haven't set up a website yet. That is on my list to do. That is one of the things that I need to get set up. I decided that I would keep it simple for now, and I just created an email on Gmail until I figure everything out, so you guys can reach out to me. So TAS, T-A-S, 4, number 4, editing at gmail.com. So if you need editing, let me know, reach out to me, and we can figure something out. This is all very new, so I'm just learning as I go. The editing part, that part I'm good, I'm solid, but all the business side of it, a lot of that's new, so I'm enjoying the process. Okay, guys, so the next step in all of this is defining these goals. You have your one big goal, your 1 to 2 medium goals, and your 2 to 3. You're going to name your goals, your big picture categories. When choosing where to put your health goal, that depends on how much time you wish to give to it. There are already sections provided for you. The final slot is already reserved for your fun list or self-care. Will there be a Canadian discount or all in US dollars? Oh, that's a good question. I need to think on that. I don't know. I didn't even think of that. Let I will ponder. That's a nice idea, actually. I will take a little wee note of that. Okay, let's see. Let me ponder. Elizabeth, I don't know how much protected time I have since I don't know how much time personal tasks will take, especially this cleaning of my messy bedroom, but I know I don't have a lot of protected time. What about taking and breaking down the room to either furniture pieces or corners of the room? So you can do the desk, the bookcase, the so on, right? Or you can do it as, the window wall, the door wall, whatever works for you, right? Let's see, Elizabeth, my big goal is cleaning now that my executive functioning will allow me to. Nice. I think Mel has I'm not sure that one where it is, cost in America. Once that pops up there, I will see what that says. Okay, guys, let's do a 2-minute timer while you define your what you're going to give to each category. Name those goals and go. Oops. Let's try that again. Pardon me. Okay, let's see here. So I think Mel has her cost in American. I will see how hard it is to figure it out. Probably American, simply because it is the standard, right? But I have to figure that. But like I said, all this is so new. I have never done this side of it, so I will figure these things out. But thank you for letting me know, because it's one more thing I can actually consider. Elizabeth, I am doing it by putting all the clothes on the floor into garbage bags, then getting dishes and trash out of the room. Then the rest will follow. Perfect. Alexa, for decluttering, I like to do 5-minute at a time commitments. Easy to make time for a round of the things and keep me from getting overwhelmed by it. I love that. That's actually really smart. The 5-minute timer, you know, probably you guys are, I don't know if any of you ever saw The Big Comfy Couch. That was such a cute kids show, but they had the 10-second tidy. I always thought it was cute. And I think that we all could use a variation of that in our lives, because sometimes we tell ourselves we don't have time. But even if we just start in one corner and just start to work through that little area, you know, in 5 to 10 minutes, we can make it look pretty good, right? We could declutter that thing. We could get the mess out of there, the things that don't belong. The one that I love is the one of the box or basket, and all the things that don't belong in the room go into that box, and then you eventually have basically either the owners of those things come and take them back to their own space, or you can walk through the house and they're kind of all gathered in one spot. Then it's just easier than running back and forth, right? I highly recommend that one. Let's see, Elizabeth, medium goal is to get to the tire place tomorrow. Sweet, that's not a goal, but a task, definitely. Well, it's part of an errand, so it's getting out of the house, and it's gonna interrupt probably something that you would normally be doing. So it's a little bit, it's a little more than a task, but not quite a project, right? We need another word for that, don't we? Elizabeth, I find that I am an all or nothing person, so 5 minutes can turn into several minutes. I found 59 minutes and 12-second long video of a young woman with ADHD cleaning her messy bedroom to use as motivation. Oh, I love that. Kat, it is a task and a goal to me personally. Yes, I've put off taking care of this with my car for too long. Oh, I see. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. And Rita, my kids love that show. Yeah. When my kids were little, they had their own bucket for their toys and such found elsewhere. Yes, exactly. And it's just easier to clean up that way, right? I may re-implement that, because my eldest tends to bring things into the common spaces that irritate me. It's a mom thing. Okay, guys, let's dive into plotting and the plan. Series of related events making up a story. That's what we're writing this week, is the story of our life for this next 7 days, and an intention or decision about what one is going to do. Okay, guys, that is the middle point of the page, and basically you want to have for your projects. That's easy. So you have your ongoing, your recurring, your new, your on hold, and the ones that you pull from your monthly or quarterly plan that are designated for this week, or that fit into this week's plan, right? Depending on whether or not you gave shape and actually broke it down by week. Okay, guys, so let's take our 2-minute timer and begin. So, okay, what did you guys come up with? I need to investigate domain name. I may just start with I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm torturing myself being indecisive because I'm not sure if I want to start with a freebie website and just keep it simple to start and learn, because I have a feeling it's probably not going to, it'll be rough the first time. It's first website, right? So I want to maybe just do a freebie and test and try things before putting money into. I could do that. Let's see. That could take some of the stress out of it, right? Let's see. Okay, guys. Are you looking? What's the thing you're most excited to work on today? I should say this week. I really want to get into Project Secret. I have both projects down as being in the outline stage, but I have a feeling Project Ballad is already moving past that. And I have a feeling at this point, it's more, I'm going to be creating, it's going to be the outline, but it's going to be, how do I put this? Pulled from what I've already brainstormed. Like I think it will be easier, where the other one I'm a little more cold on the information, so it's going to be more rough. So maybe it's almost like a second outline for Project Ballad. Let's see here, guys. So the next part is the plan. These are the subtasks to keep in mind. So you have admin tasks, you have banking, meetings, workshops, and courses that you may be taking to support your learning in your endeavors. That actually is a smart one right there. I could research by watching some videos and learn how to set up a website, right? Skill-based videos, reading, live sprints are a fantastic source of accountability and motivation. When we come together and we have that community, when we're not working alone, we can get so much more done because we're together, right? Journaling, does that fit into any of your goals to help you to come up with fresh ideas or to actually finalize some ideas? What your targets are going to be for this week? What do you want to see done by Sunday midnight? What boxes do you want to have ticked? And again, batch together related tasks. All right, let's see. Mary, I'm going to have to come back and catch the replay. First, Carly starts sitting on my template, demanding attention. Then my son came home and has been talking. So now, kitties and kids, I hear ya. Rita, live sprints are the best. Yes. Okay, guys, 2 minutes and let's fill in some details into our plan and go. Actually, I'm going to pause that for one moment and just discuss if this fits. Deep focus. Which goals will you focus on per session? Think in blocks to 2 to 3 hours. This may not work for all of your goals, but for your bigger and medium goals, this possibly will actually help support you. And just thinking in terms of scheduling in those blocks of undisturbed time so that you can get into that deeper state and move those projects further and faster. So what is your agenda for these sessions? Think about what you want to get done, and there's a little column where you can actually put a date and time in there to kind of start breaking down where you think you might want to do that. Okay, I will go back to this, guys, so you guys have the list, which will be a little easier then to check and go. Okay, there you go. Sound keeps cutting out. Is it just me? Ooh, I hope not. My Yeti is supposed to be nicer than that. Let me know, are you guys still hearing it? It could just be a storm maybe or something. Let me know. Okay, guys. Coming to the end here. We have your fun list. This is the fun one to fill out. This one, I have given you a few bubbles here. So your favorite activities, getting outdoors, trying something new, reading for pleasure. It is something that I highly recommend, as most of us are writers and creatives, right? Doing art. And most of this, don't do it with the idea of creating a product, of having some kind of outcome. This is just stuff that is fun. This is your self-care. These are the things that bring you joy, right? These are the things that relax you. None of this should stress you out. And playing games is also fun, right? Hanging with your favorite people. Make a lunch date with your best friend, right? These are the things we want to do to just, enjoy our self-care time that we put aside for ourselves, right? So let's take a quick 2 minutes and we'll fill that out with all the details and go. Oops. Okay. Put a little side note there for adding in. I want to update the slides for our plan with me monthly before I forget, because I actually loved yesterday, and even though there were slight changes, I really liked how it changed it up and made it more effective. So I want to get those changes in. I kind of put it into one of my smaller goals. If I don't get to it this week, I'll get to it next week, but I want to get that in there while it's still fresh in my head. Let's see, Rita, it's fine for me. Gwen, mine is, but we have a storm passing through. Kat, it's weird that I can't hear most of what you're saying since I'm listening through my hearing aid. Let me put it back on charge and see if it still cuts out on my phone. Nope, still cutting out. I don't see a storm outside. It's pretty clear. Let me just turn her off for a second and turn it back on. Is that better? Maybe the software got a little grumpy. It happens. um, hmm. Let me know. I'm not entirely sure. Everything on my side reads as it should. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Let me know. I have found that Tracy is softer than the other hostess. Oh, okay. Am I? Oh, maybe a little bit. I'm kinder, guys. I'm kinder. I'm kinder and meaner at the same time, right? Okay, guys, we're going to dive on into the protagonist, you, and we're going to find the definition is the character who drives the action. So we are looking to take care of ourselves and make time for the things that matter to us. But a part of that is also getting rid of misbeliefs that are not serving us anymore. And the other part of that is taking in new skills that support the new version of ourselves. This is Protagonist 2.0. This is the direction we're headed. I should actually put this as Protagonist 1.5 because we're still in the learning stages, right? I just jumped out of the loop and came back in, and now I can hear fine again. Interesting. It could be Facebook. Not Facebook, YouTube. Facebook was annoying me earlier. I'm so glad Lori's solution thing was solved. Oh, not fair. That was nastiness. No, YouTube has been rather irritating lately. It's been doing all sorts of things. It's been taking a long time to start the live and stuff like that. So I have a feeling things are not as they should be. Let's see. Gwen, I just jumped. Okay, let's see. Kat, Arita, I'm not saying she's soft, but that her mouth is moving, but no sound at all. Laugh out loud. Gwen jumped out of the live. I'll catch you. Okay, let's do this. Okay, guys, let's talk about the new skills that we're bringing in to help to support where we want to go. So these are new or continued skills. What knowledge are you lacking? Your sources can be, for the information, can be YouTube, books, courses. Is it something that is free? Do you have to apply to get into it? Or do you just purchase and go? Maybe it's something else that doesn't start right away. There's a editing course that I want to take, but it doesn't start till October. And I'm tempted to maybe take a couple webinars or something in between just to fill in that time, because October's a while from now. And I kind of want to, I'm enjoying learning and just bringing in that knowledge so I can pass that on to you guys and help you guys with your manuscripts. So what is your reading study time going to look like? What is your coursework? Is it going to have to be handed in to another person for evaluation? Or are you going to have to do answer sheets and mark it yourself? How are you going to are you going to be taking long notes? Are you going to do like flashcards for yourself? Like, what are you thinking in terms of practicing, not practicing, but processing that coursework, and then practice time. We want to master these skills, hopefully. So let's take an example, like maybe one of, one of our craft books for writing. When we're reading it, we want to maybe implement that system that they're teaching, right? Okay, guys, so let's take 2 minutes and figure out what it is this looks like for this week and go. This one I want to start. Okay, what did you come up with? I'm going to watch some videos on website creation. Years ago, I had an e-zine that I enjoyed creating, but it was so long ago. I don't think that the skills those skills are rusty. I haven't done that in years and years. So hopefully when I start, some of those things will come back, because I did have that e-zine for long did I run that for? A good couple of years. So hopefully some of that will come back to me. I never had anything in terms of a payment structure, anything set up on that. So that's going to be brand spanking new. So I'm hoping, so I'll do a combination of, I have a book that I'm reading for Project Secret, and getting that website creation and figuring out how it's done. Hopefully similar. Right, guys? Okay. Next one is misbeliefs. What bad choices have you been making that are affecting your overall health, energy, and concentration? As always, I have the example of making that one small change of replacing your sugary drinks with water. Doesn't have to be all of them, but if you're finding that you're reaching for your main beverage is pop, it tastes good, guys, but it's not good for us, and it pulls at our energy and makes us feel not too good. So we want to make better choices. We want to be kind to our bodies. So it could be something that it could be a misbelief about maybe someone that's in your life, and maybe putting a little distance between. That one's a harder one, of course, to do, but taking those little steps to create a safe space for ourselves, right? Okay, guys, let's dive in and go and begin. Okay. What did you guys come up with? I have been, and I know it's summer, so I know I do this during the summer. But been leaning into the ice cream treats that we enjoy during the summer that I probably should not be having. Definitely not more than a few times a week. So I'm going to trim that back, and that can be something we can do once or twice a week, period, and stop. And then the rest of the time I'm going to replace that and get set up a nice fresh veg tray or fruit tray, and that way we're reaching for a healthier snack. And try to limit, I won't say remove entirely, I'm going to limit to the sugary treats that have been occurring, because, you know, summer's fun. What did you guys come up with? Our last bit is going to be here. Oops, sorry about that. Water. Let's see here. Our daily habits. What 3 to 5 things do you want to work on daily this week? What goals are they connected to? So walking 5K per day is connected to your health goal. Daily writing, of course, would be connected to your writing goal. As I said, I highly recommend creative projects, especially writing, to somehow do some small thing in connection with it each day, just to build up and keep the energy of the project high, and just to keep that connection, because it's easier to know what is going on and it's easier to control that information as you're writing and make sure that you're less likely to forget smaller details about the story that way. Okay guys, so let's get our 2-minute timer up here and begin. I need a different word and I don't think I have it. Shoot. I'll have to come back to me. Okay, guys. I hope you're able to make a nice list of connections there. Finally, it's stage 9, the rising action, all the events that happen in the story on the way to the climax. The climax will be Sunday night when we see what we accomplished. And when we come together again and check in and see together how we did, celebrate those gold star moments, take in those best fixes and note them down. So so I need you guys to create your outline for the week, which is to create your master plan ideal week. That's going to happen in your planner. Once you start actually writing things out, sometimes you may find conflicts in time, but just work as you can and move things around as needed. The idea behind doing the pre-planning stage on a separate template is that way you can get it all out and then you can assess it and where it fits best, right? You're going to secure your protected time in your planner by putting in those deep focus blocks that you define for each of those projects. Your bigger and medium goals may actually have a few 2 to 3 hour blocks, depending. You're going to schedule in your self-care, your mental health, and your buffer days. And again, this is your first draft of your weekly plan, so make adjustments as needed. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. This has been awesome. I'm looking forward to a new week. I have to look up a couple words here. I have one goal that I'm naming learning, but it doesn't entirely encompass everything I need it to be. So I'm going to be looking up for that one. And then I need to look up another term for one of the things I'm going to do for editing. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will see you all next weekend. Double Down Day is going to be Saturday, guys. Publish and Thrive is kicking off. If you don't know about Publish and Thrive and you're a writer, take a look in the description. There's a link there. If you find that it's something you're interested in, I would appreciate you using the affiliate link to register. It doesn't cost you anything more, but it gives a little something back that helps to support this channel. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It's been an awesome weekend. We got so much done. And if you haven't yet done your monthly planning, you can check out that video as well that I did yesterday, and get your August all set up. Thank you guys. I'll see you next weekend. Bye guys. Oops. Bye guys.